More now on our top story, and what will Bob Brown's resignation mean for the Greens? Greens Senator Lee Rhiannon spoke to Sky News political editor David Speers earlier.
Lee Rhiannon, thank you for your time. How significant is today for the Greens?
Oh, it's very significant. It's also quite emotional. Bob Brown is so clearly identified with the Greens. He was in the Tasmanian Parliament, the federal Parliament, but also not in Parliament, doing work that has been so critical, not just for the Greens, but for Australia overall. I really do believe that he's helped change the way people think, not just about the environment, but social justice issues. We were talking, for instance, about the Tampa, like when he spoke up for showing compassion for those people, that he was heavily criticised at the time. So he's made a breakthrough in how we view ourselves and Australia and the world.
He's been so important to the Greens, though, and you think Greens, you think Bob Brown, the party's not going to be the same without him as leader.
Oh, look, that's true, but not being the same is part of transition. We've got a great leadership team in Christine Milne as leader. Adam Bandt is now our deputy leader, and we're feeling very confident about that. Yes, there'll be new ways of doing things. Bob's still part of it. He said time and time again he'll always be a Greens through and through. So transition is part of politics, part of life. There'll be new ways of doing things, but we're building on a legacy that is so solid.
How would you like to see the Greens alter direction in any way, or do you think you need to keep going the way Bob Brown was going?
Look, I think it's largely going the same way, but there is different new leaders bring their own experience and their own ideas. Christine's already set some of those out in terms of her commitment to alliance building. She'll be very soon doing a listening tour around Australia, her commitment to rural and regional Australia.
Is there opportunities there for the Greens to broaden your support base in country areas?
Oh, well, that's certainly what our commitment is, to broaden our support base in many constituencies with working people, with farmers, people from different communities. I've certainly done a lot of work in Western New South Wales on protecting farming land, and what I'll be asking Christine is, can New South Wales be one of her first stops when she does her listening tour?
But nonetheless, she's no Bob Brown. She's not as well known, for starters, but doesn't also deliver that sort of message that Bob Brown has an ability to do. Big shoes to fill for Christine Milne. Do you fear that the Greens are going to struggle for relevance without him?
Oh, no, not at all. I'm conscious that it's certainly a new era for us. There's a whole different style that Christine brings to it. But let's remember, Christine and Bob have worked so closely. Christine came into Parliament in 1989. She has experience in her own right, as well as Bob being a mentor. So we're building on a legacy that he's given. So I really see it as fairly seamless. Yes, we'll have new ways of doing things, but the future's looking pretty bright.
And on the deputy leadership, there were three candidates for the job: Adam Bandt, who won it, Sarah Hanson-Young and Scott Ludlam as well. There seems to be some ambition within the ranks of the Greens.
Well, I think remembering what Bob says, the ambition can be healthy. All our MPs are committed to the principles and policies of the party. We've all had some ambition in that we've worked hard to get elected to Parliament, and fair enough that people throw their hat in the ring.
So it's not going to become a simmering problem in the Greens, the issue of who should be deputy leader and even leader?
Oh, not at all. That's been settled today, and people are very pleased about how it's rolled out. We're still a little bit surprised. It's all happened so quickly, and we've got a lot of celebrations and thank yous with Bob, but the future is looking good.
All right, Lee Rhiannon, thank you.
Thank you, David.